Hello everybody, I hope we're all doing well. Today we are sat on the shop floor and we're going to talk about where I've been, why I haven't recorded so many videos recently, and the car boot sale. So next to me, you can see a trolley filled to the brink with stuff. This is all the stuff I picked up at the boot sale. We've got a bag for life there, an IKEA bag around the back full with stuff, and a trolley load of it. So yeah, the car boots have restarted, and I obviously went to one yesterday. Today is Monday. This video is going to be recorded in one take, no matter how it goes, no matter how many times I stutter, no matter how many times I pause to think what I'm saying. It's just going to be one take because we'll get into that in a little bit, why I'm doing that. But yeah, this was the car boot. I think I picked up, well, this is lying actually. This is actually filled with parcels that have come in from Vinted. So yeah, but I picked up about 2 IKEA's bag worth of stuff yesterday, about 25 items I think, something like that. Some will be in the shop, some will be for the £5 box, but yeah, 25 items, about 20 for eBay, the rest to go sort of in the shop or on Vinted, that sort of thing. So like they don't quite hit the metrics, but they'll work in other places, so I picked them up anyway. But yeah, we did really well. 20, went to one. So I live about an hour and a half away from my Cheddar one, the Cheddar car boot sale. I live about an hour and a half away from there, so I had to, and it starts, well, it says it starts at 6, which is kind of like, it does start at 6, but that's kind of when the sellers get there, and then it's kind of like everyone starts to really get there at 7. So I got there about 6:15 to try and, like, I didn't want to get there as the sellers were getting there, because I was like, I'm not going to get there and just loiter, because that's a waste of time, and like I say, an hour and a half away. So if you do the maths on that, I woke up on Sunday at 4:30 when the clocks went back. So yeah, it was basically 3:30 in the morning. That is commitment right there. I was feeling it by the afternoon. I got to be honest, I was feeling a bit shattered, but yeah, it was worth it. We got some good stuff. I will go through some of the best bits. So the best bits were, I got 2 of these. This is a Tommy Hilfiger woman's like knitted sort of style jumper. Nothing crazy again, but I think I paid £8, so £4 each. Got 2 of them. Oh, that's the other one there actually. I thought it was buried, but it's not. They're not wool. One is wool. I think this one is wool. It's nice. They're quite a small size. That one is a small, and that one is the orangey one was a medium. So not great. £4. They'll go for like 20. This one needs a bit of a debobble, this blue one, but yeah, good nonetheless. And then we picked up these Doc Martens. So this is why it was actually worth me getting that early, was for these Doc Martens. They were in about the boot sale that last year I wasn't really walking around. I didn't realise. I thought it was more of like a traders section, but it's not. It's actually a lot of people that are there setting up. It's just whoever's there early goes in that section. So it is obviously a lot of the traders, but a lot of the people that are selling their personal goods also go there as well. Last year I didn't realise that. This year, this is the first one I've been to. But this year I had figured that out now, because I got there so early. I had to look around the traders bit and realised what was actually going on. So yeah, it's weird. The car boot sale's like half on the grass, half on the car park dry stand bit. And I always thought the dry standing bit, because the first few stalls are kind of like, you know, the ones they're like selling, I don't know, a lot of antiques, a lot of like stuff from China, like it looks like it's been bought on Temu, that sort of stuff, like the widgets and the sunglasses and all that sort of stuff. It's all that to start with, and then yeah, so you don't really know what's going on. You just see the grass and all the people setting up, the mums and the families setting up. So you go, oh, I'll go there first, and then kind of forget about the traders bit. But now I've realised that it's kind of all mixed in. But anyway, let's get back to these Doc Martens. I paid up. They got the box and the bag, which I will obviously sell all in one go because it's no use to me. Looking at it now, I actually think this box is a different box. They might not be, I don't know. But anyway, we got these Doc Martens. They're like snake skin, pretty snazzy, really good condition. Hopefully you can see that all right in the camera. Yeah, really nice, really tidy condition. Paid £20 for them, and they'll probably go for like 50. I don't really know. They're not crazy, but I thought the snake skin was cool. They'll go in the shop for a little while. Happy days. Yeah, 20 quid into probably 50, so it was a really good start. That was one of the first pickups of the day. I think we picked up a Helly Hansen coat, which I won't bother showing you because it's just boring, and then these. So these were the second pickup of the day. 20 into a good 45, so it's just a double up, but they'll sell quick. and like I say, they look cool. I get to get an Instagram post out of them, and then they'll be in the shop. So that's one thing I differ from other resellers, I feel like, is I'll pick those up because I know I can put them in the shop. They'll look cool in the shop. It's kind of like having a not an ornament, but what would you call it, like a feature in the shop for a little while and then sell them on. So yeah, it goes well. And then we picked up, I'll just show you one pair. These actually kind of saved the day. Diesel jeans. So obviously one pair of diesel jeans isn't crazy, but there was a vendor there, and I picked up all of the diesel jeans apart from one pair, which I didn't fancy because they're a little bit too damaged for me. But all the rest, perfect condition. We paid £10 each, which is a lot, but I'm happy to pay that. That's sort of Vinted prices anyway. And we picked up 9 pairs, so that saved the day really. But yeah, very good. That was mainly it. Other than that, sort of bread and butter stuff. Yeah, a lot of bread and butter, a lot of like fat face jumpers. This is one of the fat face jumpers. I don't know, nothing spectacular for the rest of the stuff. But one thing I am trying to do, so with these, the reason I dragged this fat face jumper out was they were a vendor as well, they're house clearance people, and I'm trying to be more social at the boot sales. So instead of just buying the 4 jumpers I did from that vendor with the clearance, I bought them obviously and then said like, oh, do you ever get more men's in? I'm trying to ask more questions. So like, do you ever get more men's in? Are you here every week? That sort of stuff. Just trying to lead them into conversation and try and understand their business as well. To try and, you never know, these people, like I say, the house clearance people, a lot of house clearance people, they don't want to deal with clothing because it's a lot of faff, a lot of it's not worth anything. So I was trying to finagle a deal basically. Hopefully they'll be there next week. I'll chat to them again and just build up relationship over the summer, and hopefully you never know, they might be able to supply us 10-15 pieces a week one day. So it's worth it. I'm trying to just get a bit more social. I can be a little bit more like not be bothered sometimes, which is really bad, but yeah, just trying to be a bit more chatty, a bit more friendly with the people that look a bit more professional, look like they could get more in all the time. Those sorts of people I like to try and chat to nowadays. So yeah, happy days. I've got my little list in case I forget what to talk about. So yeah, that was it for the car boot sales. Oh no, why I didn't record it, that was what I was going to talk about. So I didn't record this one. The reason being is basically why didn't I record it? I didn't record it because it was early. So if you knew, I work a Saturday job at Tesco's delivery driving. I do that up until 10 o'clock, and then obviously, like I say, the clocks were going back. So I finished Tesco at 10. I then went and picked up my partner and we went back to my house, and then time we got back to mine, we were talking to my mum, and then we were faffing around. And you know, it's like, I finished at 10, we got back home at like 10:30. Time we got talking and chatting, it was like 11:30. I didn't get to bed till 12, and then I had to be up at 4:30 to go to these boot sales. So it was pretty rough. It was basically because the clocks went back, it was basically 3:30. So I was running on very little sleep. Yeah, and I just thought, it's the first one back, I'm not recording it. And it wasn't laziness per se, but it was kind of like, I've got enough, you know, the first one back, I just wanted to just get into the swing of things first. So I will record next week. Next week will be a big car boot. I did 2 this week on the Sunday, but this next week it will be 3 because our local one is back on. So that will be 3 car boots, and I will record that and I will get that edited and put out to you guys. But yeah, it was just this week. The clock's going back. It was late. I couldn't be bothered, and I just thought, I'm not going to be faffing around with a GoPro at 3 o'clock in the morning trying to make sure it's charged and ready to go before I leave. So sod it. I'll just leave it. And yeah, I don't know. It was too much faffing to do it all. But yeah, you might have noticed on the channel, or you might not have noticed, I don't know, that I haven't been recording as much, I haven't been posting as much, and that's solely because I don't know, it's not that I'm busy. I am obviously busy, but it's not that. I don't know what's going on at the minute. I've recorded a video, I've recorded 2 now, or 3, I think it's 2, in the last sort of 2 weeks, and I've just deleted them again. I've just thought, no, I just don't want to post that. I don't really know why. There haven't been any different. I haven't sort of made a bad video or anything. I just haven't fancied it, so that's why. It's a pretty bad excuse. I just been recording them and then deleting them because I don't know. I think it was 3. 1, I couldn't be bothered to edit, which is bad. or felt like I didn't have the time to edit / couldn't be bothered. And then 2, the second one, I recorded it and just couldn't be bothered. I'm getting a phone call. I'm not interested in that. Hopefully you can still hear me over that phone call. The number 2 one, I don't know what happened there. I think I just didn't fancy posting it. And then number 3, I just got myself in a slump and didn't post it. So yeah, but we're back. We're trying to be a bit more consistent now. This is why I'm making a commitment to myself to just do this one in one take. So I've got no excuse to not post it, because there's no editing, that sort of thing. So yeah, all I've got to do after this is press stop and then upload to YouTube, and there's no real faff that comes along with that. So hopefully this one will see the light of day. The video I did make that I deleted, the most recent one, was about Vinted. So I've most recently made a Vinted video saying how much I don't dislike the platform, but there's certain things I would change. And I think I owe Vinted an apology, solely because before I was saying how there's certain things I didn't like I didn't like the payout time. That was one of them, payout time. So when you send your item and then the person gets it, you've got to wait 14 days to then get your money. I said I didn't like that. I've changed my mind. I do actually really like that. Now the cash is sort of flowing a bit and I'm not feeling like strangled by that. I actually really like it, because on eBay you get your money immediately. Well, not immediately, but say if I sell something right now, in the morning that money will be there for me to cash out, pay the bills with, buy more stock, whatever it is, that will be there in the morning, which is great until a week later the person gets the item, decides the jeans don't fit them and want to send it back, and now you've got to find 30 quid to refund them. And it shouldn't be an issue, because if you're getting, I average like 10 sales a day, so 1 or 2 refunds a week, or 5 weeks, whatever the amount is a week I get, it shouldn't be an issue, because I should always have money in the sort of floating around. But because some days are just really quiet on eBay, I've had some days where I've had like 3 refunds all delivered on the same day, which is quite regular, because it's not that I'm getting loads, but somehow Royal Mail just seems to deliver all of them at once. So I'll have no refunds. I think life's great. I'll be spending my money, reinvesting, paying the bills, whatever. And then it'll be like, shit, you've got to find 100 quid. And that will pretty much always be on a day where I've had no sales. So it's like, shit, where's that money going to come from? And then I'm like, I've got it, but then I can't soar through a day, and it's like, ugh, it's just a bit of a strangle, which isn't a problem. It all evens out, because obviously, you know, the next day you're going to get paid again. So it's not an issue. It's not like a real cash flow issue. It's just day by day. Sometimes if it all falls wrong, it feels like the world's ending, because you get loads of refunds and no payout, because you're like, oh, I've only got 2 sales today, but 3 refunds for some reason. That's not every day. It's probably once every 3 weeks that happens, but when it does happen, it's like, oh Christ. But on Vinted, because when you get your money, that money is now yours. They cannot, under any circumstances, once that money's in your bank, they can't take that away from you again. So if I sell a pair of jeans, if I sell those Doc Martens on Vinted, and someone gets them, waits 14 days and I get my money, and then they decide they don't want them, that's tough shit for them. They just have to suck it up and sell them themselves, or take a charity shop. Whereas I get my money on Vinted, they could wait 30 days, and then you've still got to find that money to refund them, which is frustrating. But a nice thing about Vinted is that obviously when you get your money, it's your money. Yeah, and that really does help with the, I don't know, and also when you get a refund on when you get a return on Vinted, sorry, it doesn't really feel like your money. It kind of feels like the game's money. It kind of feels like, who cares? It's not. It just seems like a video game with tokens or something like that. It just feels like not real tangible money, because it's on your Vinted account. You can't access it. It kind of feels like, well, it's not my money yet anyway, so yeah, have it back. Like, you don't feel the sting the same way you do on eBay, when you have to like sort of dig for the money or take from your sourcing pot to put it into refunds. Anyway, yeah, that's basically what the gist of the Vinted beef was. I didn't like the fact you had to wait 14 days, which I still don't. It's still annoying, but in hindsight, it is actually kind of nice, because you know, as soon as you get that money, that message come through that the money's in your withdrawal account, you can put it in your bank and you know that money's yours. No one's going to come looking for it, which is really nice. Yeah, I don't know what else I'm going to talk about. I think that's probably about it. Car boots are back. Like I say, I'm sorry I didn't record this one. I thought I'd pop on though and just show you that I did manage to go, and I did manage to get a fair bit of stuff. Hope everyone enjoyed their Sunday. Hope everyone's enjoying this nice weather. It's sunny for the rest of the week where I am, so hopefully it is where you are. But yeah, thanks for coming along. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for finding the channel again. Surprised you remembered the postcode. It's been so long, but yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.